What's up guys, today we are looking at the Donner HUSH I EVO 2 guitar. This guy right here. Let me zoom in for you. Wow, look at that. It's like a spaceship. Bam! This guitar is designed for portability and ease of use for first-time players, or to be honest, even professional guitarists who need something light and efficient to take on the road when they're traveling. Now at a first glance, this looks like something you might see out of a sci-fi movie or out of an 80s prog band, which is a good thing. Let's look at what's included when you purchase this guitar and how to put everything together. Now right now I've actually put the guitar together as I'm playing it, but let me show you how easy it is to take this apart in real time. It's all designed to be as frictionless as possible with installation. So all you have to do is unscrew these back screws, and then the top rest, and the bottom one chose to come out on its own. I meant to do that. This is the guitar on its own, and all comes conveniently packed in this case right here. Boom, there you go, look at that, that's exactly how it works. It's about the size of a large burrito, and everybody loves burritos. This guitar is super lightweight. I can pick this up with one arm. I may look strong, but I'm actually really weak, and I'm getting a phone call right now. Mr. Wireless Caller, you have to wait. Now I'm gonna put it back together, just because it's much easier to play when it's not like this. Here we are in real time, putting it back together. Here's the piece that decided to run away. Not on my watch. Voila, there we have your guitar back together. So, what's included with this guitar? Well, the guitar itself, the parts, this cable here, which is great. Here's some ASMR for you, some crackles. You also get this goodie bag, which features an Allen key, some screws, a couple of picks, these rubber things, which to be honest, I'm not really sure what they are, but they come with it, and I'm glad they do, because I would be very worried if they didn't include them. It also comes with these headphones, which are actually pretty good quality. They're almost like in-ear monitors. Pro musicians, you'll know what those are. You also get these extra earbuds if you have big or small ears. You know, we all have those problems. A cleaning cloth, and you also get this instruction manual so you can understand how to use it. And yeah, even in the back of the guitar, if I just show you right here, in this little section here, there is an Allen wrench, which actually is part of the guitar. All you have to do is take it in and out of the guitar. The only issue is the magnet is so strong, it's actually quite hard to get out. Magneto is in my guitar telling me he's not going to let me have this. Pro move. When in doubt, bite it out. Why do we have this Allen wrench in the guitar? What's it used for? Well, if you look here, you'll see these funny looking little, these things right here. Now, if you don't know what those are the tuning pegs, and on most normal guitars, they will be up here on the head of the guitar. But as you notice, this guitar has no head. It is crazy, it has no head. How does it think with no brain? Well, it's a very smart guitar because the tuning pegs are down here, and you can use just your simple fingers, or your complicated fingers, whichever you have. You can use your fingers just to tune it. However, once you get the string to high tension, they are quite stiff, and that's where this Allen wrench comes into play, and you just put it in like that, and you can do your fine tuning with the Allen wrench. The Allen wrench is also good for tightening up the screws when you've installed the body like this, which I'm going to do right now because it's a little bit loose. Quick coffee break. That's a good cold brew. So what are some of the other features of this guitar? Well, if I just zoom in here manually, you'll see you have an EQ section here. We have a volume control, your lows and your highs, and these give you a variety of tonal options when you're playing. You also have a headphone input and an aux input. There is also a 9-volt battery input at the back, and there is a 9-volt battery that comes with this guitar, so you don't even have to go to Home Depot to buy any batteries until you run out, of course. Now the headphone socket is great because this means you can practice quietly without going through an amplifier and hear directly into your ears what it sounds like, and that's where these controls come in for adjusting your level and your tone. And it does sound really good. With the aux input, that means you can play music into the guitar so that when you're listening to it and practicing quietly, you can have a full band sound in your ears. Who doesn't want that? There's also a tuner built into the guitar, and if I do this, push down the volume control and then bam, play a note, and you can see it tells me the string, and if it's in tune or not. There's E string, there's your A string, there's G, I skipped over D, no one likes D, and then there's B, and then E. Now right now I'm in tune because I'm a professional and I just tune my guitar, but if I was out of tune, this would tell me with an arrow left or right saying if it's flat or sharp. So there you have it. Those are all the features of the guitar and what comes with it. Let's get into how it sounds. Now right now I'm plugged into my Kemper Profiler, which is this thing you can just see half of off the screen that looks like a spaceship. And I've got a very simple acoustic profile, no reverb, no delay, just plain simple guitar going into the interface. And here's what it sounds like. So my first impressions after playing it are, it is actually very good. Now, I may be biased because Donna sent me this guitar to play it and test it. However, I am being honest, and I will tell you if I think something's bad. And I have a few criticisms, but the first things first, let's go to the good things. As I said, it's extremely lightweight. So if you are a small person, this is actually very easy to pick up and hold. It does not take up a lot of room. So if you're traveling, you can throw it on your back in your car, balance it on your head. It's very easy to transport. It's super easy to put together. I didn't read the instructions when I put this guitar together. I just looked at it and thought, you know what, I can figure this out because that is how smart I am. And you know what, I didn't mess it up, so I must have done something right. Also, that means Donna did a good job of making this very easy to put together. Feels very easy to play. Sometimes acoustic guitars can be quite tricky to play because the size of the body, the neck can be, I don't know what all this is about. The neck can be quite wide, which means if you have small hands, it's hard to fret them. Sometimes the strings are a little far away from the fretboard. That's what we call the action. On this guitar, the strings were a little bit higher than I like to play, so I lowered the action, and that's very easy to do for you guys who haven't done this before. It actually explains it in the instruction manual. All you have to do is take a screwdriver, unscrew this little panel here, that opens up, then there is a small section where you can put an Allen wrench in there, or an Allen key as we say in England, and you can adjust it left or right, counterclockwise or clockwise, and that will move the neck from being like more like this to more like this, concave or convex, whichever way I set it is the way it's supposed to be. And that way you can move the strings either closer or further away from the fretboard depending on how you like to play. Overall, tuning is good. Intonation is not perfect, but that is something that I might have to fiddle with on any guitar just to get it right, especially out of the box. So a few criticisms, not much, just a few simple things. This Allen wrench where it goes into the magnetic socket here, that magnet is extremely strong. It's not a bad thing because that means it definitely won't fall out and just disappear, but you will have to use maybe some pliers, or if you can find something to pull it out, or do as I did and just bit it, took it out like that. That's one way of doing it. Same with the tuning pegs, they can get quite stiff, but that's also why you have an Allen key, so there you go, it kind of bounces out. But that does mean you might need to use the Allen key every time you want to tune the guitar. To really get it finely in tune, it's going to be difficult if you're just using your fingers, unless you have really strong fingers, which, good for you, everyone needs strong fingers. Or maybe I'm just weak. That's also a possibility. So, final thoughts. This is a great entry-level guitar, especially for the portability, ease of use of playing and putting together. The fact that I can travel with this without taking up too much space is a big plus as someone who travels a lot for music. I might take this on the road with me just so that I have something to practice and use if my main guitar happens to be somewhere else, hopefully somewhere nearby. The fact that you can silently practice with an amp is also a big bonus because your parents will love the fact that you don't make noise. It's also easier to play than a lot of acoustics. Oftentimes, the cheaper the guitar, the lower the quality is, and the harder it is to play. That's why we spend lots of money on guitars, because it makes them easy to play. That's why we need them. So in Donna's own words, this guitar is designed to be as easy and frictionless for new guitarists to play. One of the main selling points of this guitar is that it has a tool-free system, even though it includes tools, of course, for fine-tuning. You can do all of this with your hands, which means you can pack it down or put it together in seconds, which is perfect for showing beginners that it doesn't have to be complicated to get started. And as mentioned, it also comes in with a built-in tuner, which I never turned off, a magnetic Allen wrench, and a low battery indicator that tells you when you're about to run out of battery, which is always convenient so that if you're on stage and you're doing an epic solo, you will know if you have to wrap it up soon to get another battery to carry on with the solo. And of course, the 3.5mm headphone output makes it ideal for practice at home quietly. Although I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to hear you play Smoke on the Water as loud as possible at 3 in the morning. That just means that they are not cool enough if they can't tolerate that. Make sure to check the description below for a discount code for this guitar. It is back to school time, so don't miss out on this deal, as you're not going to want to be the one person at school who doesn't have this guitar, because everybody's going to have one of these when they watch my video and realize how excellent of a salesperson I am. Well, that just about wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't sleep on this Donna HUSH I EVO 2 electric acoustic guitar. It is a lot of fun to play, and I have a feeling you're going to agree with me when you try it out for yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all those other things. New videos whenever I feel like it. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with some nice music while I show you some cool stock footage of the guitar taken by myself. Peace out.